It was an unlikely friendship that formed in Selma, Alabama in the 1960s. But 50 years after they had met as an 11-year-old black girl and 19-year-old white man, Charlotte Richardson and John Ballard say they've never forgotten each other. The two met on Turnaround Tuesday and again during the 50th anniversary jubilee of the Selma to Montgomery marches in March 2015.
Didn't even have my number. If you were going to call, right away I got a call.
Ballard was a sophomore at Harvard with an interest in human rights issues when he drove to Selma in his New York-plated car. Richardson grew up in Selma and marched on Turnaround Tuesday after her cousin marched on Bloody Sunday, where she was severely beaten.
So the people who went back on Turnaround Tuesday, those people who had been beaten before, are going back expecting that now. So in a way, they were hugely courageous to do that.
Since the march, Ballard has continued to work toward human equality. He graduated from Harvard with a major he created himself, Black Studies. Later, he did relief work for war refugees in Sudan and wrote books on human rights for young people.
We need a massive change in this country, in this world, and it's going to take a lot of people to do it. We can't wait for a leader to arise.
Good morning. Come on, clap your hands, everybody. Straight on.
Charlotte Richardson was 9 years old when her friend stopped playing with her at a creek near her home in Selma, Alabama. She asked him why.
I saw Fred, and so I asked him. I said, why you don't come there anymore? He said, because my mom said you're a nigger.
Puzzled, Richardson asked her grandmother what that word meant. She never saw Fred again. It wasn't the last time Richardson would realize she was different from white children.
As a young black, watching my grandmother raised me, and she had to. I remember when we were walking on the sidewalk, any white person passed by us, we had to move back and let them pass first. Okay, step in the mud or whatever the case may be. And not only that, having to go to the back door of a doctor's office, the blacks went to the back, the whites went to the front, even though you paid the same price to see the doctor.
Richardson, then 12, marched for voting rights on Turnaround Tuesday. She knew the dangers because Alabama's state troopers severely beat her cousin on Bloody Sunday.
I'm not afraid to die, because as far as I'm concerned, you really wasn't living.
Today, Richardson lives in Ohio. She could never again live in Selma, where she says her memories of growing up in the Jim Crow South still haunt her.
Growing up here, really, they had a lot of predators out there. I ran to keep from getting raped from white men. Okay, I'm not talking about little white boys, I'm talking about white men. Because, there was that, I want a piece of that little black meat or whatever the case may be, to be quite honest about it. I've ran for my life.
If it were up to Richardson, all of Selma would be bulldozed and covered with dirt.
Come on, clap your hands, everybody.